Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Power Up with Pride 2025. WinnerBit is gonna run Looney Tunes all levels for you on the Game Boy Color right the hecky now.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. I, too, am Looney for Tooney. Yeah, it's a Looney, it's a tune, it's a Looney tune. Let's go ahead and, recombobulate a little bit. Let's not keep up that act. This game is silly enough. So, yeah, this is a Game Boy Color game. It was originally a Game Boy game in 1992, but it got recolorized, well, colorized for the first time, I guess, in 1999. And it is by Sunsoft, who, you may or may not be familiar with, but they make some freaking amazing platformers. So, this is, in fact, one of those. We have 7 stages to get through, and they all have their own sort of gimmicks, so I'll try to explain things as best as I can as we go. Let's go ahead and get into it. Get ready on the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we start out with Daffy Duck. He has a frisbee as a weapon for some reason, which is pretty loony, if you ask me. Okay, good backup strat there. But yeah, we're going to be trying to carry these momentum. I jumped too. Well, I didn't jump high enough. We're going to be trying to be carrying these momentum slope momentums. I don't know. We're going to try to carry our momentum as well as we can through across screens, ideally. So like right here, we're going to be able to cross an entire screen before we even have to stop. There we go. And let's see, what else can we talk about? This is a pretty high intensity run. There's a damage boost or two that I'm actually not going to be including in the run for the sake of marathon safety. But this is a very well optimized run at this point. A lot of people didn't think it would reach sub 10, but it eventually did last year, which is amazing. Specifically the Game Boy version, not this one. This version of the game isn't typically used for speedrunning because there are mini-games between each stage, which we're going to be trying to lose as fast as possible, basically. Okay, here's our first boss. Remember that one episode in Looney Tunes where Daffy Duck fought a giant mechanical fish underwater in pursuit of a buried treasure? Yeah, very, very famous episode.
Everyone remembers that one.
So here's our first minigame. Well done, take it easy. So we're just going to be taking a rock to the head and moving straight on to Tweety's stage. Same principle applies here. It's going to be a matter of, well, not getting caught by Sylvester, first of all. We're going to be getting hit by a baseball on purpose to gain this momentum, and then immediately clipping the garbage can and falling into a pit. Okay, great. Now is a great time for me to mention that this is the first time I've run this game since 2020. So you're seeing the live D-rust, as it were. There we go, there's a good hit. And yeah, if you fall in a pit, then you do get sent back to the beginning of the stage, but fortunately I do have a decent amount of extra time set into the estimate, so we should be fine. This stage is technically an auto-scroller, but it will catch you off guard if you're not ready for it. Like, there are occasionally, like, baseball bats that will fly across the top of the screen that you have to watch out for, and... Yep, there's one. Okay, fortunately it didn't knock me backward, it just knocked me forward again. Somehow. So right at the end here, I'm going to get caught by Sylvester on purpose so I can mash out of it and then collect the birdseed without fear of getting caught again. Once again, we're going to take it easy and mash our way to a Tweety-headed bugs 3 times. Alright, now we get to chill in the corner for about 30 seconds. So, if we have anything to plug about the charity, anything to comment on, now would be a good time.
Yes, I wanted to remind everybody that we still have that incentive that we are looking to hit for tomorrow for Kirby's Epic Yarn to decorate Kirby's room. It's going to be adorable. We are looking for $350 to unlock that. We don't have any donations towards it yet. Yours could be the first. Of course, it's also going to go to True Colors United, a fantastic, fantastic cause.
Heck yeah, get those in, everyone. Alright, so, yeah, a bit of an auto-scroller here, but this is Porky Pig's stage. I mean, there's probably some obscure lore as to why he's flying a plane. Something when pigs fly, I guess. But I'm actually going to be taking a death here so I have full health for the boss, because a lot of it is mashing and damage boosting, which is, you know, very fun. Here we go. And we got the double death. That's always a lot of fun. That right there is why I prefer short throw buttons on the Game Boy Advance SP for speedrunning this game. And look at my health, by the way. 0 hearts in the minigame. And I died off screen. So, now we have another about minute or so where we can just chill. This is the quote-unquote bonus stage that they had in the Game Boy game. They kept it for the Game Boy Color game, despite the fact that we now have a bonus stage after every stage. By the way, this bonus stage also has the bonus minigame stage after it, so a lot of bonuses getting thrown around, but yeah. So how's everyone's day doing? As we vibe to this bootleg Copacabana.
Well, I mean, if this would be a good time, I will bring up the bid war that we have for, not the next game, but the game after that. The bid war to choose Spyro's skin in the Spyro Reignited Trilogy Year of the Dragon run. That one, of course, is going to be staying open until the beginning of the run, which, you know, is not that far away. It's a lot of very speedy speed runs that we have going on right now. Retro still in the lead at $200, Pink in second place at 74, and Blue with no donations at all. No donations at all, despite that being my color of choice.
Not at all? We gotta fix that. Come on, chat.
Yeah, for reals. For reals.
Alright, we lost the match 3 game. And we are on to Speedy Gonzalez, who introduces a couple mechanics, actually. We're going to be very lightly tapping the jump button at the apex of each of those jumps to let the iframes wear off of the boss. I was a little early there on the damage boost. There's a way to get hit by that guy and carry momentum all the way into the boss fight that's coming up. Ooh, nice. You can't buffer your jumps, by the way, so the fact that I was able to get across the water there was actually pretty tight. Pretty tight. The backup strats are not that easy for Speedy's stage. Now we're going to be hopefully achieving a little bit of a wall clip here. I gotta position myself just right and then use, for the only time this run, Speedy Gonzalez's B move to clip into the wall and just skip a little bit of that auto-scroller. I'm gonna pick up the
dance? Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. We're gonna pick up the invincibility and just kind of waltz our way onto the boss. And again, I'm not that well versed on my episodes of Looney Tunes, but apparently at some point Speedy Gonzalez fights Dracula. So that's what we're doing now, I guess.
You know what? I honestly believe it. I would believe that it could happen in one of the cartoons. Like, why not?
That was a solid quick kill right there.
Heck yeah.
You pretty much just have to ride him all the way up to the ceiling. And then stay up there until his iframes wear off. From there, fortunately, it's just 2 head stomps. And this is the only minigame in the entire game that we cannot skip. So, ironically, we have to wait on Speedy's stage for about 20 more seconds. At least we get to listen to Bootleg We Will Rock You.
Is that what's going on? You know, this game, I mean, they actually did like a really, really good job with the Looney Tunes sprites. I'm impressed.
Yeah, this feels like a labor of love. Like, I feel like the Sunsoft devs had a soft spot for the Looney crew. But yeah, most important B move in the entire game, by the way. You press B to meep meep.
Extremely important.
Yeah. Perfectly timed. Alright, and now we have Wile E. Coyote. Basically what we want to do is kind of frame trap him so he doesn't have any time to launch any projectiles. If he launches too many, then the run's, you know, effectively over. But we got it first try there, so very nice. I'm gonna try to meep meep during the results screen. We got it. Excellent. And we are coming up on the last stage already.
Meep meep incentive.
Did we meep the incentive? Alright, here we go. Final stage. We do not get sniped by the ghost. That is good. Sometimes you get hit by that low-flying ghost. And it costs you a life a little later in the stage. Let's go for a skip. We got the skip. Beautiful. Alright, now comes the boss rush. You might notice a couple of bosses that we did not encounter in the game yet, and I hypothesize that this is because they cut a couple of stages from the original game. I have reason to believe that Pepe Le Pew and Foghorn Leghorn were both supposed to have stages, but they were cut for either time, budget, or memory on the cart, perhaps. Nice fight. Okay, let's see if I can get Cool Spot Rock Skip. I gotta damage this guy just enough so that my last head bounce will, here we go. So that my last head bounce will be, invulnerability. Ah, I didn't get high enough, okay. There's this very specific glitch that you can do if you, screen transition high enough that you can skip this entire boulder stage, but I've only gotten it once since derusting the game, so I didn't have high hopes. Hang on a sec. I actually forgot that I'm gonna take a death here. I want to show off one more momentum glitch, which requires me to do that. And here we go. Nice. All right, and we're on to the final boss. It's Wabbit season.
I was wondering if he's gonna make an appearance.
Yep. And of course he's got to be the final boss, right? Okay, we usually want him to transition to phase 2 on the right side. Okay, well, he fell into a good cycle. That was an amazing FUD, actually. Oh, time. Sorry, I forgot to mention, that is the end of the run.
GG!
Alright, let's have it. Oh god, this noise is atrocious. I forgot about this, I'm sorry. We got a lot of points for winning so fast, so we have to, bear with it. There we go. Now we roll the credits. We get to watch someone play every stage very poorly for the next couple minutes. But yeah, that is the run. Oh man, I forgot how much fun this game is to run, honestly. I want to do this at more marathons. This is a very fun game. And if anyone wants to learn this run, feel free to hit me up. I am WinnerBit pretty much everywhere. YouTube, Blue Sky, Twitch. So if you wanna learn this run, feel free to reach out. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to mention? Oh, what was my time, by the way?
I'm seeing the time at 13:17.
Okay, sub 15. We take those.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, and since I haven't really run the Game Boy Color game very much, that's technically 30 seconds or so off of PB, but only because this version has a different classification. I kind of wish this game was the faster version because the color really is great. You know, they did a great job colorizing this game.
Oh yeah, I can see what you're saying. Like Pepe Le Pew is there, so if Foghorn like in the credits, so it makes sense that they would get their own levels, right? They're the only ones who didn't show up. Even in are they in any bonus games or anything like that? Because I did see Yosemite Sam as an enemy.
Nope, they're just completely absent from the entire game except the credits.
All right, well, thank you for that fantastic run of Looney Tunes. Everybody, please stick around. We have lots more silliness coming up. It's Untitled Goose Game on deck with Risudu. It's going to be all main tasks. Hey there, friends. I hope you enjoyed that Looney Tunes run as much as I did, and I hope you are ready for more silliness. Everybody's fave, Untitled Goose Game. Fun fact, I saw this game demoed for the first time at Day of the Devs, way before it came out, and I remember being like, man, this game looks fantastic. People are gonna love it. I posted on like social media, nobody said like anything. The game came out and it exploded, you know, but rightfully so. Such a fun game, and we're gonna see it speedrun very, very shortly. Just a little reminder that we are here raising funds for True Colors United. This year, True Colors United is assisting their regional shelter partners around deportation raids and the rights of young people who are seeking services, pushing back on the federal government's DEI bans, and advocating for HUD funding that directly supports young people experiencing homelessness. And they're pushing for new protection legislation in support of young people experiencing homelessness despite many challenges in Congress. Your support is more important than ever and deeply, deeply appreciated. If you feel that you can afford to donate, please do so. And please remember that we do still have an incentive open for the Kirby game tomorrow. There's more than one Kirby game tomorrow for Kirby's Epic Yarn, specifically to decorate Kirby's room. We are looking for $350 to decorate Kirby's room. We don't have any donations towards that yet, so yours could be the first. reminder that when you're donating towards an incentive, you can also put that towards a bid war. And we still have a bid war open for the last run of the evening. Not the last run of the marathon, but the last run of the evening, which is coming right up after this Untitled Goose Game run. So we are going to be closing it pretty soon. Now, the retro skin is in the lead. It's to choose the skin for Spyro's skin for the Spyro Reignited Trilogy Year of the Dragon. The retro skin is in a healthy lead at $200. We got pink in second place at $74, and absolutely no donations towards my favorite, blue. So if you are getting a donation in to True Colors United, do click on those incentives, click on those bid wars. They do not click on themselves. Just going to take a short break now. Enjoy the lovely music, and we will be back very, very soon with Untitled Goose Game. Hey there, friends. You're watching Power Up with Pride 2025 here on Twitch. We are running from June 13th through June 15th, about 16 hours each day, and we're benefiting True Colors United. To find out more about them, you can find the link to their site in the panels below the stream, or use !charity in chat. If you're interested in donating, you type !donate in chat. Find the schedule by using !schedule, or see the incentives with !incentives. Has everybody been having a nice Pride so far? Has everybody been having a great Pride? I heard from a bunch of friends who went out to Pride today who just had a blast. I would love to hear from the chat. I'd love to know if you've been having a super hype Pride, or if you've been having a quiet Pride like myself. There's no wrong way to celebrate. I hope everybody has been having a really, really wonderful Pride. I'd like to shout out my fellow demisexuals. Demisexuals represent. Any demisexuals in the chat? If you were victims to cute merchandise. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Watch the dummies come out of the woodwork as soon as you say something. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. I love to see it. Heyo. If you are unsure what is going on in your area, there are so many fantastic Pride events. I just found out that there was like a really nice festival that went on in my area today, where everybody was selling like queer artwork. I, obviously couldn't make it. Had a previous engagement. It's this, but still. There are all kinds of different things going on to celebrate. There are all kinds of different events. If you're not looking for like a great big parade, though there are great big parades. Right? One of the really fantastic things about kind of gender identity and sexuality is that sometimes it takes you a while to figure that stuff out, and that's okay. I actually spent all of my life being a demisexual, but not knowing that there was a word for it. So I always knew how I was, but I didn't know that there was a term, So I never really thought much about it. I was just like, well, this is me. Oh, that's neat. There's a word. But it does feel good that there is one. It feels neat to find that out. Yeah, and it is often with the help of friends that you find it out. I had a friend explain to me what it was. I didn't even know that word existed. So it's wonderful to be a part of such a fantastic and supportive community. That is one of the big reasons that I like volunteering for Power Up with Pride. And even if you don't identify as queer in any way, you can still be supportive. I'm sure a lot of you are straight up, like cis and straight and all that stuff, and your support is absolutely appreciated as well. All these nice stories in the chat. I love it. I love it. But I do want to tell y'all a little bit more about the charity, about True Colors United. Over a decade ago, our eyes were open to the fact that up to 40% of the 4.2 million youth experiencing homelessness identify as LGBTQ+. So in 2008, Cyndi Lauper, Lisa Barbaros, Johnny Podell, and Gregory Lewis founded True Colors United, formerly the True Colors Fund, and went on a different kind of tour, visiting homeless shelters, community centers, and other service providers to learn all they could about the issue. Communities and youth homelessness service providers want to be safe and welcoming for LGBTQ plus youth, but don't often have the knowledge or resources to do so, creating barriers for these youth to get the support they need. True Colors United fills that space by offering free training and resources on how to meet the needs of LGBTQ plus youth experiencing homelessness. They also advocate in government and media to help ensure critical funding and services for all youth and create opportunities for youth who have experienced homelessness to be key leaders in the effort to end the problem. Whether you know it or not, you're a part of the solution too. People often think that because they don't work at a service provider, they can't make a difference. The reality is everyone can make a difference. LGBTQ plus youth experiencing homelessness interact with more than just the folks working at shelters. They also go to coffee shops and libraries, ride public transportation, use the internet. To put it simply, they live life. We all share the same world. And what will you do to make it a better one? I hope you'll get a little donation in if you can afford to do so. And you know what? If you can't afford to do so, it's okay. Thank you very, very much for being here. All right, everybody, I have gotten word that our runner, Risuru, is ready. So everybody bring lots and lots of love for Untitled Goose Game. All main tasks is going to be coming right up. Hey there, friends. We are just working on some audio sync issues, and then we will be back as soon as possible with Untitled Goose Game for y'all. Please stick around. We down definite?
There we go.
Hello, friends. We are doing some sync tests right now. Everybody, bear with us. Here we go.
Goose evening. This is the sync test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Count with me, chat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Chat's helping.
1, 2, 3. Thank you,
I
chat.
think someone just said 14 in French.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I've seen German
1, 2, 3.
and Spanish.
1, 2, 3.
Finding out
I
how
think
many
that's all
I think we're
Yay! We did it. I guess, are we good to go? Do we need anything else? Hold on, let me mute the other stream there because I was hearing myself twice and that was awkward. But yeah, Erratic, are we goose?
You know, I'm assuming that because all of our lovely setup folks have headed to their setup cave, that
We're probably they're leaving the show to us.
That's right. We must be. Yeah, you know, that was their first mistake and their last. No, please go. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready.